Hello and welcome back to the channel. Right, a special one for you today. The elusive T14 Armata by 12Go, which are a new company to me, but I'll chat about that in a little bit. But otherwise, the usual format, it will be a 60-second speed build, some pics, and then a review. So let's crack on and build. So, welcome back. Right, the T14 Armata, the new elusive Russian tank. So, it's a beast. Now, I'm assuming that this is the same scale as the Challenger 3, sorry, the Challenger 2 that I did a couple of months ago. It's very similar proportions to that. So, it's got to be a good, it's got to be getting on for 40 centimetres long. And very wide, probably about 17-18 centimetres wide. Weighs quite a bit as well. I'd say 2,300 pieces. That's quite a lot, although you don't necessarily use them all, and I'll explain why in a little bit. But the instructions, first of all, I have to say you do get a nice book with this. The instructions are very good. I just flick through again, along with some of the other models that I've done recently. It's another one of those that they're only doing a few bricks per section. So for instance here, 5 bricks, 4 bricks, you've got 7 bricks there, and that does seem to be a characteristic that's happening within the industry. So this is, as soon as you pick this up, it feels quality. Now, I think the reason for that is, my understanding is that 12Go are an offshoot of a company called Leyi. Now, those of you that have watched my channel for a while may recognise that name, because Leyi did this rather horrible Jagdpanther. Which I criticised. Well, I just said don't buy it. In fact, I actually refused to, I think, even put a link in on the review to purchase this, because this had obviously never been test built, and you could not possibly build this with the instructions and the kit provided, because the front drive wheels, you couldn't place them anywhere. Where they would, it was terrible, absolutely terrible. So when I heard that Leyi had got a spin-off company called 12Go who were going to make their premium models, I have to say I was quite intrigued and a little nervous. But the marketing material, it did look like a quality product, so I actually bought 3 of them. So I bought the T14 the Armata, the Abraham's X, partly because I think the Abrams X had only sort of been unveiled about a month before, and they were obviously very quick on that, and also the K51 Panther, which I will mention later. But I have to say, when I got it, well, I was quite impressed. I've got to say, not just by the instructions, everything, all the bags are numbered as you would expect from a more premium product, and well, everything fitted together nicely. There was nothing missing, and no warpage, no discoloration either. The bricks do fit together very, very well, which, if you do go wrong, can be an issue. Now, as far as accuracy is concerned with the Armata, it's pretty spot on. Because this is fairly new days for it's a relatively recent tank to be unveiled, there haven't been that many variants, or any variants as far as I'm aware. So everything, all the pictures that are put up in the corner here through this review are very, very good for this. Now there's just a lot to like here. The panels that they've got generally are pretty solid. There are a couple of fragile bits. For want of a better term, the mud flaps at the front, one of them particularly, I do knock off a fair old bit, and obviously as you would expect, the aerials on top here, they will ping off rather easily, as will this cable at the back, which is not the bendiest of cables, but it is fun to build. This was, I say, the instructions are very clear. It was very good and very interestingly built. I like the way that they have designed the building process in this. It felt very clear and felt very mature. It wasn't just chucked together like you get on some models, even expensive models. Some of them just feel like they've been thrown together, and you the customer, has to try and work out or fill out some of the blanks that they've missed. Not with this at all. This covered everything. One of the things that I usually don't worry too much about is the internals of a tank. A lot of the tanks will get you to build the engine and the internal fighting compartment. This takes that to a different level entirely. You've got I'll pop up a couple of the pictures that if you didn't see them earlier in the video, that show the level of detail involved here with the engine, the transmission, the shell compartment, as well as the three-man fighting compartment at the front here. Now I would take it all off and show you, but the turret itself, when you get it in to its ring, does stay there quite nicely. I have found it's a little finicky to get into the ring, so I don't really want to take it off right this second. But it does bring a whole new level of detail to this. Now you get one set of bags that you don't touch, because this will take motors that you can either buy with it or you can buy separately and add to it. So there's a good few hundred bricks that I haven't touched at all and will stay in their bags for the time being. There are, however, one or two things I don't like about this. And this may sound a bit strange, but it's the decals on this. Now when I built it and looking at it thinking, it looks really good, but it just needs that little bit of extra oomph to bring it to life. I thought, okay, I've got a big sheet of decals here, pop them on. I really don't like these decals at all. They strike me as just cheap and nasty decals. I've done plenty of others on models that were far superior to this, and in some ways I almost wish now that I hadn't put the decals on. it sort of, it cheapens it a little bit, which is a real shame, because this is a really quality model. And I have to say, I certainly recommend buying this, the Armata. It has, you know, so much detail in this, lots going on for it, whether you want to display it as is, like this, or whether you want to have the turret off and all the internals exposed. It's really good. But I just really don't like the decals in the slightest. They didn't go on well, and they look like they haven't gone on well, which is a shame, because they did actually go on really well, all of them, and yet there isn't. Well, there may be a couple that look okay. All the rest look really bad, which, yeah, as I say, a bit of a shame, because this is a quality model. And what makes it even better is the price I paid for this. £24 and 4p when adjusted to include the postage and packaging, which is an absolute bargain. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what the Challenger was. I think it was about £34, something like that. I'll pop it up there. And certainly that's a comparable model to this. I think if the decals had been of even just an average standard, this would have pushed the Challenger out of my favourite tanks that I've built. But it's a close second at the moment, let's put it that way. Now, this isn't the first 12 Go model I've done, because the first one I did was the K51, 57, whatever it is, the Panther that I bought. And unfortunately, I got as far as that. Now, at this point, I'm missing 10 bricks. So, I'm hoping, and at least this has proved that may be a one-off, but I will be doing the Abraham's X in the next few weeks or thereabouts, probably just before Christmas, and hopefully that will, I'm hoping that will prove that the Panther was a one-off, but as you can expect, I've emailed them and I'm awaiting the replacement bricks for that. But the Armata, £24 and 4p, what a bargain. This is a really good tank. They've taken their time to design it really well, thinking about the best way of building it for the consumer. They've included an awful lot of detail. The internals are certainly a level above anything else I've seen, and you can convert this into remote control very simply. It's for that money alone, it's highly recommended. Just shame about the decals. So there we go. That's the T14 Armata. Hopefully you have liked this video. If you have, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again. You take care. Bye bye.